Have you ever wondered about the enigmatic figure who was pivotal in the early Islamic conquests? Who was this man, Khalid ibn al-Walid, a name that echoes through the annals of Islamic history? Khalid ibn al-Walid stands tall as a companion of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Known by the honorable moniker, the Sword of Allah, Khalid was a force to be reckoned with, his presence on the battlefield inspiring both respect and fear. His military prowess helped shape the course of early Islamic history, leading to significant conquests that expanded the horizons of the Islamic Empire. Yet the man behind the legend remains somewhat of an enigma. His life was as complex as it was captivating, filled with tales of bravery, strategy, and unyielding faith. So, who was Khalid ibn al-Walid? What made him the Sword of Allah? What were the victories that etched his name into history? Join us as we delve into the extraordinary life of Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Sword of Allah. A Khalid ibn al-Walid, once a fierce adversary of Muslims, took a turn that would change the course of his life and indeed the course of history. This profound shift happened after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, a pivotal moment in Islamic history. The treaty, which promised peace between the Muslims and Quraysh tribe of Mecca, opened the eyes of Khalid to the true essence of Islam. He saw the faith's commitment to peace, unity, and justice. This realization ignited a spark within him, leading him to embrace Islam. This was no small feat, considering his previous stance. Yet, this decision was not an impulsive one. Rather, it was a conscious choice. Driven by a deep conviction and understanding, this marked the start of Khalid's journey with Islam, a journey that would lead him to become one of the most revered figures in Islamic history. His conversion marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with victories and tribulations in the service of Islam. With his conversion, Khalid stepped into a new role, that of a military leader. Khalid ibn al-Walid wasn't just any military leader. His exceptional leadership skills and strategic brilliance propelled him to prominence in the annals of Islamic history. Let's take a journey through time to some of the most significant battles he led. First, there was the Battle of Uhud. Despite the Muslims being outnumbered, Khalid's tactical genius and unflinching courage shone through. His leadership was instrumental in turning a potential defeat into a stalemate. Next, we move on to the Battle of Mu'tah, where Khalid again displayed his extraordinary military acumen. He took command of the Muslim forces after the original commanders fell. Through a clever strategy of rotating his troops, he managed to keep his forces fresh and fighting, ultimately saving the Muslims from a crushing defeat. Then there was the decisive Battle of Mu'tah. Leading an army of merely 3,000 against an enemy force 10 times their size, Khalid once again showcased his strategic brilliance. Despite the odds, he managed to hold off the opposing force, further solidifying his reputation as a formidable commander. But his military exploits didn't end there. Khalid also played a key role in the Islamic conquests of Mecca, Yemen, and Iraq. His leadership and strategy led the Muslim forces to numerous victories, significantly expanding the Islamic Empire during the caliphates of Abu Bakr and Umar. In Mecca, Khalid's strategic brilliance was in full display as he masterfully led a bloodless conquest. His leadership in Yemen and Iraq brought these lands under the Islamic fold, further extending the reach of the Muslim Empire. Through each battle, each conquest, Khalid proved himself a military leader par excellence. His strategic acumen and leadership skills were instrumental in shaping the course of Islamic history. His contributions to early Islam are undeniable, and he remains a revered figure in Islamic history. Khalid's military prowess and strategic genius led the Muslim forces to numerous victories, shaping the course of Islamic history. His legacy continues to inspire and serves as a testament to his unwavering dedication and service to Islam. Every story has its ups and downs, and Khalid's was no different. As Khalid ibn al-Walid continued to lead and triumph in numerous battles, his reputation grew not just as a fearsome warrior, but as a strategic mastermind, Yet with such recognition often comes the risk of pride. It was this concern that led to the decision by Umar ibn al-Khattab, the second Caliph of Islam, to dismiss Khalid from his military service. Umar, a man of great wisdom and foresight, feared that people might attribute the victories of Islam to Khalid rather than to the will of Allah. His decision was not a reflection on Khalid's character or abilities, but a precautionary measure to ensure the unity and humility within the Muslim community. Now, one might expect such a decision to be met with anger or resistance, but not from Khalid. Displaying the same humility that had marked his conversion to Islam, Khalid accepted the decision with grace. His response was not one of bitterness or resentment, but of acceptance and understanding. His military career might have ended, but Khalid's life continued in the service of Islam. He spent his remaining years in relative obscurity, far from the glory of the battlefields. Yet, he never wavered in his devotion to his faith, continuing to live out his days in the pursuit of piety and righteousness. In the 21st year after Hijrah, equivalent to 641 Common Era, Khalid's journey on this mortal plane came to an end. His demise marked the end of an era, a time of remarkable military achievements under his leadership. But beyond the victories and accolades, Khalid left behind a legacy of unwavering dedication to Islam and a testament of humility in the face of personal setbacks. Khalid's life was a testament to his unwavering dedication to Islam, even in the face of personal setbacks. So, who was Khalid ibn al-Walid really? This man, known as the Sword of Allah, was an enigma, a warrior of exceptional prowess who carved out a legacy that continues to resonate in the annals of Islamic history. Khalid's conversion to Islam marked a turning point, not just in his life, but also in the early years of Islam. His strategic brilliance and military leadership were instrumental in the Islamic conquests of Mecca, Yemen, and Iraq. His victories on the battlefield were numerous, but his humility was also noteworthy. When dismissed from military service, he accepted the decision with grace, demonstrating an unwavering dedication to the cause of Islam above personal glory. His demise in 641 Common Era marked the end of an era of remarkable military achievements. Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Sword of Allah, remains a revered figure in Islamic history. His legacy, a testament to his remarkable life and contributions to early Islam.